Now, before we move on to part 2 of Wave3436's commentary, let me just give myself some constructive criticism.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Because poor literacy is cool.
What was the purpose of that? I mean, you knew that Chief Shadow was going to use a lot of Nostalgia Critic jokes later in the commentary. And so, by you using that Nostalgia Critic joke, you basically milked a dead cow. As if the Nostalgia Critic jokes weren't overused enough. This is what I should have said. Wave3436 used a lot of Nostalgia Critic jokes in this commentary, even when he knows that Chief Shadow 1750 also uses a lot of Nostalgia Critic jokes in this commentary. Therefore, he's basically milking a dead cow. It's okay to use like 1 or 2 or 3 Nostalgia Critic jokes in this commentary, even if Chief Shadow uses like 11. But Wave3436 uses 6 Nostalgia Critic jokes, which add to Chief Shadow 1750's 11 Nostalgia Critic jokes, making this commentary have 17 Nostalgia Critic jokes in it. Alright, now let's get on with part 2.
Yes. This is something many people have forgotten. GameDo was originally the one who started the whole complaints about the looks thing. Alright, he complains about the character's new looks. And besides, the character's looks have appeared in Sonic Adventure. And you're blaming it on Sonic 06?
Now, listen to them.
Okay, with your help, this should be a piece of cake.
I'll do my best.
They're more annoying than Slippy Toad.
Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me.
Okay, there's no way Sonic and Tails can be more annoying than Slippy Toad. True, I may have not played the Star Fox games, but I've heard a lot about Slippy Toad and his voice being annoying. Looks like we got ourselves another Spax 3.
How do you know if it's really that bad if you haven't played Star Fox 64?
Chief Shadow already saw the clip of Slippy's voice, and if you listen to it, he can form an opinion of if he finds Slippy's voice annoying or not. Because GameDude already showed the clip of Slippy's voice. He could form an opinion, alright? I think that explains it.
Just because other people may find Slippy's voice annoying doesn't automatically mean you will too. Just like how a lot of people hate Sonic 06, and yet here you are defending it.
Their lips synchronized with their original Japanese voice, but should have been edited to match the horribly dubbed English. Sometimes, their lips barely move.
I may not know what Eggman's up to, but it can't be a good thing.
Did I forget to mention that this game was rushed because Sega was under pressure at the time of this game's release?
Tails used to be so cool. As cute and adorable that he was badass.
Okay, how can Tails be badass? He's an 8-year-old fox. True, he may be a mechanical genius, and true, he may ride a biplane that could transform into a fighting robot, but that's just about it. How can he be badass? If I could think of a badass Sonic character, I think Shadow the Hedgehog right off the bat.
Everything you just stated is what many people think makes Tails so cool. Even badass. What is not badass about being super smart and having a biplane fighting robot?
That registers as badass to me. Again, badass is a matter of opinion. After all, you may find Shadow to be badass, but there's a ton of people out there who don't.
Okay, I'm also going to be skipping their welcome to part 2, blah 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 shit, because seeing as how this is going to be one big commentary on Blip, yeah, we're going to be skipping them and it would also get repetitive, so let's continue on.
And that was his charm, but he's not a super powerful fox anymore.
Again, how is Tails super powerful? Get into depth.
Now he makes a wimpy moaning noise, drops like a pancake into the water without a splash, screams like a little girl, and drowns.
Okay, first of all, it gains the challenge. It adds to the challenge of the gameplay. Tails' flight is limited. Also, dropping like a pancake? That's common in video games.
Because poor literacy is cool.
I understand that it's supposed to be pronounced common, but either his microphone fucked up or something else happened. Seriously, dude. I know you're supposed to say common, but if you say Conan, dude, you really gotta fix your pronunciation sometimes. It helps.
Please refer to what I said last time you made a counterpoint towards Chief Shadow because I refuse to repeat myself.
drops into the water without a splash. Again, the game was rushed. And screams like a little girl. That's because he is voiced by a girl, Amy Pallant. Yeah, I thought you knew that.
Because like Sonic, he doesn't know how to swim.
Okay, that Photoshop picture is just plain out terrible. I can kick your ass in Photoshop pictures any.
How do you know if he did that in Photoshop? For all you know, it could have been done in Paint, Paint.net, or some other kind of image editing program.
Plus, taking body parts, recoloring them, and putting them together in a new pose just to make your character doesn't exactly show prowess in Photoshop. Sure, it may look really cool, but this picture is on the same level as his.
I honestly don't know which one I liked better. I thought Game Dude's picture was hilarious, yet Chief Shadow's picture was awesome.
So, why are you acting like you're superior?
He can only attack by throwing dummy ring bombs. It's so stupid.
Okay, now Shaxelson11 described this in his Shadow the Hedgehog defense rant, but I'm gonna say, how come that nobody complained about the use of the dummy ring bombs in Sonic Heroes, used by both Tails and Rouge, when they complain about it here in this game? It doesn't make any sense. Don't go blaming this game just because it uses the same thing. And besides, dummy ring bombs in this game is a lot more useful than the dummy ring bombs in Sonic Heroes. I mean, those things were fucking useless.
I can understand where the Game Dude is coming from on the dummy ring bombs. In Sonic 06, you were forced to use them, and I too thought they were annoying. And yeah, the dummy ring bombs were used in Sonic Heroes, but the only time you used them was when you lost track of your teammates, which rarely was a problem unless you played really poorly.
The dummy ring bombs in Sonic Heroes were also used during some parts of the stage where there were only 3 switches, so you had to lose a member each, and if you chose to experiment, then you could use the dummy ring bombs as it. Another example would be the Metal Overlord boss battle, where if you kept using Tails repeatedly, you would lose track of your teammates, and the only weapon you could use was dummy ring bombs. So the only time that so there are multiple other times in Sonic Heroes which you can use the dummy ring bombs. So that point was a bit shattered, but I do agree on the whole Sonic 06, you are forced to use them, that's bullshit. But the Sonic Heroes thing, that's a lie.
Honestly, I think that's why no one complained about them in Sonic Heroes. You rarely used them, if at all.
They're infinitely crammed up his ass, and look, he can't even pick them back up. Couldn't he at least pick them back up, but not have his ring count increase?
They're dummy ring bombs.
At least that would make a little more sense. Also, throwing them is awkward because you keep accidentally switching to first-person mode.
That's to help your aiming. I thought you knew this.
I'm pretty sure he's aware of the first-person view. He's just stating his opinion. He doesn't like it.
Bottom line, Tails should kick ass by using himself. There should be no dummy ring bombs.
Please go back to the explanation about the dummy ring bombs because I am not repeating myself.
Why does Shadow drive vehicles when he should be able to run faster and has chaos power?
Okay, I can answer your question right there. Shadow has vehicles because they wanted to add to the gameplay value to Shadow's gameplay. This was used in Shadow the Hedgehog, and it was also tried to prove that Shadow is a completely different character than Sonic. Alright? Back in Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow was a speedy character. And some people may have called him a Sonic clone because he runs just as fast as Sonic. So adding the vehicles makes his gameplay a little bit more different.
It makes as much sense as Kirby sucking up enemies in the giant vacuum.
Well, they were sitting around making this shit up.
Jumping into the vehicles can be a real bitch because sometimes the buttons won't respond.
Okay, seriously, how are you gonna hop into the vehicle when you're like a few yards away from the vehicle?
Look, bullets are flying up my ass.
If I imagine bullets flying up your ass, I would see rapid fire. But the fact that I don't see any bullets being fired just proves you're wrong.
Game Dude is being sarcastic. It couldn't be any more obvious. Why are you taking everything he's saying so literally when you're not supposed to?
And he just won't jump in. Come on, jump in, damn it! Finally! The controls are stiff and slippery, and you can never slow down fast enough. Damn it!
Okay, are you trying to hit the brakes?
This horrible truck needs to get out of here quickly.
This is the one of the many things that he rips off the angry video game nerd.
Are you kidding me? No!
Wow, what an epic fail right there. It's almost more of an epic fail than IGN making Sonic jump over a jump dash panel.
I don't know if we're seeing the same thing or not, but falling through the floor is a common glitch in the game, and it happens when you least expect it.
Stop, 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 stop! Stop right there! Just stop. Okay, I know I took a lot of time out of this, but I was waiting for this moment right here. Okay, Game Dude went off the track. He broke the sequence. He went off the field. He ran into a glitch because he didn't stay on the track as the game was supposed to do.
Hold it right there. I know I took some time out of this for 5 minutes, but I was waiting for this moment right here. That was not a glitch. I'm saying this to both you and to Roushutsu. That was not a glitch. That was a fake platform that was just part of the background. And yeah, he wasn't supposed to go that way, but it was not a glitch. It's actually a fake platform that people can go through that's common in video games.
Yes, I understand the game is rushed. Yes, that's no excuse. But the game was supposed to be meant to get to the end of the level, not by going through the mountain. That was a glitch that he chose to discover. And that's no excuse. That is no excuse for what he did. He broke the sequence. He was doing sequence breaking, which is a big no-no for games. You do not go off the destined path unless the programming is good or it's a racing game. I understand shortcuts, but that was not a shortcut. I'm sorry, I have to agree with Chief Shadow, but that point you made was bullshit.
So how exactly is this fail on the Game Dude's part? He has no control over the glitches. No one does. If there's anyone to blame for that, it's Sega.
Sonic Team makes the game, Sega publishes.
Those glitches pissed us off.
Silver looks like a mutated owl.
Look, just because he looks different than the other hedgehogs does not mean that he's bad, alright? Silver is a pretty cool character. I mean, a hedgehog that comes from the future that has telekinesis, that's a pretty interesting idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we've seen a character like that before. I'm being sarcastic. Sorry, but seriously.
Time for you to disappear!
You should disappear, but if you're not careful, he'll toss you around against the sides of an invisible box.
Okay, if you were able to run around the city against Silver, and if the battle arena is where you're at right now, then that basically proves that you are pretty much a coward if you try to run away from the battlefield.
And there goes another Realm Wars facepalm.
Once they climb into a wall, they're like permanently stuck.
Try holding the button.
Or maybe actually turn on the PS3 controller.
I'm pretty sure that the PS2 controller was turned on. I mean, he kept pressing the button, and because he was pressing the button, Rouge kept, jumping like that, but, she couldn't get off the wall because of the stupid glitch.
Again with insulting him over game glitches.
I said this in my last commentary, but I didn't find anything rude in that comment. In this case, all Chief Shadow said was try holding the button. I mean, I didn't hear any insults in that.
It's not his fault that he can't get off the wall, 'cause other people had the same problem. There are videos on YouTube that show the glitches in this game. Even Darkness the Curse noted some of these glitches when he remade his review of Sonic 06 before he closed his account, and that glitch with Rouge was one of them. You can actually still find his review under the Darkness archives. In fact, let's let him explain this whole glitch issue, shall we?
I'm gonna skip this part, because all it really just shows is proof that it is true that Knuckles and Rouge get stuck on the wall, but the problem is that Game Dude was acting like Chris Bores whenever he tries to play a video game. I think that was kind of why he insulted him, because it looked like he wasn't even trying to play the game.
Please refer to what I said to Roushutsu about a minute ago, because I refuse to repeat myself.
I don't know. Either that or it seemed like that, or it was Game Dude acting like an idiot on steroids or something, but yeah. We're gonna skip this part because it's already been hammered in that there's a glitch here. and most people who I know have already seen Darkness's review, so yeah, we'll skip it ahead.
And I know Sega rushed the game, and while it may explain it, I'm sorry, it doesn't excuse it. It's the game's fault, and you should be aware of these glitches he's coming across. I mean, you are defending the game, so you should know this inside and out.
Just because he's defending the game doesn't mean he knows everything there is to it.
So, if I may be so bold as to suggest, go play the game again and do some research before you decide to insult him. The way I'm seeing it, you're insulting him for the sake of insulting him.
Get off the wall, you slutty fat bitch! Oh, and they can magically swim in the air. Look at nothing.
Okay, that's you that was trying to do that, and that just shows that you are not funny at.
Now, remember when Sonic didn't suck, and how every single square inch was enriched with majestic dreamlike atmospheres beyond imagination? That was a long time ago.
Why does everybody get so hard about this game and saying that this is the death of Sonic? There has been good Sonic games after Sonic 06 came out. Same with Shadow the Hedgehog. There was good Sonic games after that game came out. Sonic Unleashed is a really great game. I only played the PS2 version, and it was a blast to play, especially the daytime stages.
Now, think for a moment. What should Sonic be like? This or this? Do you feel like you're looking at a Sonic game?
Actually, yes, I do.
Okay, right here is where part 1 ended. Danny and I thought this commentary was off to a decent start. Yes, he had flaws, and most of them were forgivable since this is his first commentary. But they were nothing compared to the rest of the commentary.
I know I'm going to sound like a hypocrite here, but can you please stop changing the facial expressions on the characters every 5 seconds? It's really annoying, and it really just shows that you don't want to lip-sync the characters or something.
It's supposed to make their video entertaining so that you don't have to stare at the same picture.
Because if you want to have this many actions, I really think that you just don't want to lip-sync the original character voices. And yeah, okay. Can you please just stop freaking using so many animated pics at the same time? It gets annoying.
You'll see why when we get to them.
No, you don't. Absolutely nothing about this catastrophic abomination resembles the classics.
Just because a game does not resemble the classics does not mean that the game sucks. Alright? Exploring around Soliana is just like exploring around Station Square from Sonic.
Sonic doesn't belong here.
Unbelievable.
God damn it! That's it! We're starting some tallies!
I want you guys to keep this in mind when they say they're going to do some tallies. Because there are some clips that Chief Shadow uses that they don't make a tally of. As a result, since they couldn't do it, I'm going to point out the tallies.
I think the reason they didn't tally those ones is because Chief Shadow only used like 1 to 5 of them.
Alright, so at the moment, he has used one George Carlin clip, and he's going to use more clips from other sources of media later on. Also, I will be correcting some mistakes that they make, because there is going to be one giant effort that Roushutsu and Brian make. So, let's begin, shall we?
Okay, so that's 3 Realm Wars face palms.
Sonic doesn't belong here? Are you trying to say that Sonic doesn't belong in Soliana? Which is just an area to explore?
And that's exactly why he isn't here, because this is Sonic, not this!
Technically for Realm Wars facepalm to go off, he would have to play the buzzer and the facepalm at the same time.
Earlier, you said that it wasn't a Realm Wars facepalm, and that there have been other buzzer/facepalm things like that before Realm Wars. Besides, I'd still count it as 3 because it was basically a buzzer followed by a triple facepalm.
He only played the buzzer once and facepalm 3 times, therefore I don't think it would count because... I'm sorry, but a Realm Wars facepalm would have to be a buzzer and a thing. In order for it to work, you'd have to play the buzzer 3 times. I'm sorry, but that only counts as one facepalm. So let's go fix that there.